Hello and welcome to another edition of Press the Action Button podcast here on digital-delirium.com. As always, I am your host, Joystick. With me this week is D-Pad. Say hello to the people, D-Pad.
Hey, how's it going, fellas? This is D-Pad, pronounced with the E-pad. Not like Maxi-Pad, because that wouldn't be so rad. Wickety-wad. Peace out.
Also with us this week is Slacker-chan. Say hello to the people, Slacker-chan.
Potatoes do not go up the anus.
Okay. Informative. Say hello to the people, Game Face.
Potatoes come out the anus, rather.
Oh, dude, that would hurt.
That would hurt.
They're not potatoes by that point.
I actually once ate a raw potato. I would not suggest it, not because it tasted bad, but because you really can't chew it up all that well, and it doesn't come out the other way that well either.
That was really quiet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, and say hello, Dr. Drew.
Yo.
He will be guiding us off topic all night.
He's our interim professor of digression.
Well, if you look at this chart I've prepared here, I totally just stared at your crotch.
Oh, reverse crotch stare.
I couldn't help. It was like in jeans and bulging, and it looked pretty quality.
I guess it is kind of bulgy.
Reverse crotch stare. Usually it's the other way around.
Wait, like I looked through the back of my eyes at his crotch?
No, like he stares at your crotch.
Like while it was sitting on your shoulders?
Yeah.
Okay. What are we drinking tonight?
Ding dong.
We got tall boys today. Why are these like twice the size of a regular beer?
It's because they're English. It's a pint. They come in pints.
You want to crack them? Boddingtons?
It's Boddington's Pub Ale, yeah. Just be careful because they have...
Great.
They got little nitrogen capsules in them.
It says
So
for
make
best
sure,
results,
you
serve
take that
cold. Cool, but not ice cold. 41 degrees.
41 degrees is almost
fuck is
ice
in
cold.
it?
Yeah, I
nitrogen widget.
You know normally how you have to, if you get a coffee drink, you have to shake them, right? Oh yeah, I wanted a Monster coffee drink, and it was with nitrous. So I shook it, and I opened it, and just boom! It was like an elephant cummed in my car.
Ew!
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Alex.
Drink before it erupts. Oh,
God damn it, Ian! Don't look at it. Put it in your mouth.
I had the wherewithal to crack mine over a mug.
Smart ass.
Oh, it's milky.
Well, we're trying. We're trying to get to the point where we can actually open these.
Just watching three grown men go down on tall boys.
Okay, now let's open them.
Now who looks like losers here?
All of us.
Wait, whoa! When did we ever call you a loser or emo?
Or
I call
He
emo.
called himself emo.
I'm in an emo band.
Oh, really?
And I'm wearing an Algernon Cadwallader shirt.
You know what? People have no right to make fun of emo bands, because you know what the original emo music was? Classic.
You mean
No,
classical?
I
No,
play
The
it.
Cure was the original emo band.
No, they
I want
weren't.
to go that far back.
No,
The first
it-
cave painting
you're
was
wrong.
an emo band.
No, you're wrong. You're wrong. The Cure was never emo. They never will be emo.
Thank you.
The very first emo band, for real,
Yeah, but they're
like for
emo-ish.
serious. No, they're new wave.
Are you
they're
gonna name
new wave.
something
They're
like
still
really
emo.
obscure that nobody's ever heard?
No,
course it
this is not like a disputed thing. It started in DC in the 80s, late 80s, and it was Rites of Spring. First emo band ever. And they're fucking phenomenal. It was Guy from Minor Threat.
Oh.
I'm serious, dude.
No, I believe you.
You can read it in actual literal textbooks.
Are they like the Black Sabbath
I don't
metal?
think
Kinda, yeah.
you're making this
They,
up.
Black
they
Sabbath
put out
is
one
metal.
album and that was it. And then Ian McKay, also from Minor Threat, and like Guy and Ian were in Fugazi. I'm sure you've heard of Fugazi.
No.
I have heard of
You've
it.
heard, yeah.
No, I just made that up.
He had a band called Embrace that because he really liked Rites of Spring, and that was one of the other earlier emo bands.
So
But we play like '90s emo,
what were they like?
Jawbreaker
They're
and
like,
stuff.
they're like, this band's too good. We'll destroy the planet. Everyone will just slit.
I
their
hope
ass
that's what it was
listening.
like. But they were tired of the music being focused on the group, and they wanted it to be focused on the individual, and they wanted it to be personal.
I was gonna guess next that their newest single, they like had a focus group of 10,000 and only like 90 survived.
No, it wasn't like the quote unquote radio emo you hear.
Okay.
It's not like that at all. Like if you'd hear it, you'd be like, that kind of sounds like 80s hardcore.
Okay.
But it's a little more emotional, a little more melodic. But 90s emo, like Sunny Day Real Estate, stuff like that, we're a little closer to that sound.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey,
Meanwhile, in Australia.
so there's this
Space
video
Australia?
game podcast named Press the Action Button.
Hey, I've heard of that one. I've heard it's pretty good.
I heard they only have one fan, this guy named Higmo.
Yeah.
I hear they
that
talk
guy.
about it in Metal Gear all
Oh,
the time.
wait! I heard the best...
Wait, they do!
What do you get when you mix a brown chicken with a brown cow?
Chocolate milk.
No. Brown chicken, brown cow!
I heard that one and it's still funny. Brown chicken, brown cow. I like when the Radio Schaefer
Hey, chicka bop bop.
screwed up the Bobby Subgum joke that's supposed to be like, man who tries to kiss breast get busted mouth. And he just said, man who tries to put face in breast get punch in face. Funny.
We should. Hey,
Confucius say, baseball have it wrong. Man with 3 balls cannot walk.
It's
Four
it's
balls.
4 balls.
Oh, 4, sorry.
It's close enough.
Anyway.
Who the
So
fuck
we-
cares about baseball anyway?
me. It's my
That
sport.
is not America's... It's not even American, did you know that?
It's my sport.
But it's not American. They call it America's pastime, but it's not even an American sport.
True. Was it
It's
like
still my
Mexican
sport.
originally? Or?
No, it was British.
Oh, really?
Abner Doubleday?
But the only sport like originally like from America is basketball.
Did you ever see like the
Basketball,
WNBA?
Yeah,
There's like
they
almost
can't
no
dunk.
black women in
They
it,
can't
which is
dunk, but
funny.
they've got great fundamentals.
Anyway.
Hey, guys, did you know that we have topics?
Okay, well, I was actually about to ask whatever happened to those.
I'm waiting for you guys to shut up
Yeah,
before I get to them.
we
All
duct
right.
tape shit all over them. We just can't find them right
Well,
now.
hurry, just go quick.
They're sitting
now.
right here
Sniff around the
beside
room for
me.
'em.
They're sitting here right here beside me. The first one. The Uncharted movie has lost its director. David O. Russell has left the project because of creative differences with Sony. Maybe this thing won't get made because it no longer has a director. That would probably be a blessing in disguise, especially considering they decided to cast Mark Wahlberg in the lead role, even though he looks absolutely nothing like Nathan Drake.
Yeah, I would not see it if Mark Wahlberg starred in it. I'm sorry, but...
And don't get me wrong, he's not a bad actor, but he looks nothing like Nathan Drake.
Dude, I swear to God, like, every movie he's in, like, his career started out real strong, but, like, every movie...
Wait.
he
Are we
did-
talking about the 80s when he was Marky Mark?
And the funky
And like the 90s?
What's that?
He was a rapper. He Good Vibrations. Remember that song?
Yeah.
That was Marky Mark.
Oh, okay.
That was Mark
Wahlberg.
Oh, wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and he had a video game on like Sega where you could like direct music videos for him.
Really? Wow.
Marky Mark,
Well,
make my videos
his,
on Sega CD.
His, well, anyway, his movie career started out pretty strong, but I swear, like, every movie he's
Oh no,
in
yeah,
now,
he's a really
it's-
good actor.
It gets worse and worse, like, every movie he's in.
No,
I
he's
swear.
such a good actor. He was in The Fighter. Did you see that?
No.
That movie was so good.
I heard The Fighter was really good. I really liked it.
Okay, well,
in,
everyone I've seen so
He
far...
still
The
sucked
Departed.
in
And all-
the Happening.
Yeah, The Happening sucked, but that wasn't his fault. That was M. Night Shyamalan's fault
Yeah.
for being a like. losing
Well,
all
it was
good
also
ideas.
his fault for saying, yes, I'll do this shitty movie, you know.
You know what's even scarier? That was like it was filmed near my school. That
Yeah.
power plant
Well, he's
is in
always-
fucking Indiana, like in
Yeah,
Indiana County.
I know. He
And
always...
it's terrifying. I go to school there where fucking plants kill people.
Dude, M. Night Shyamalan always fucking films in Pennsylvania. So...
Oh, and
Even Last Airbender.
That's like the worst
the
movie of
pagoda
last
is
year.
in Reading.
I seriously like didn't see that movie because I hated it. But
The trailer, just
The thing is,
trailer was
I
like,
hated
I would
it before
never-
I saw it.
I
too,
would
Andrew.
never see a video game. I will never see another video game based movie ever. Like or a movie based on a video game.
what about Silent Hill?
Silent Hill wasn't
I was
bad.
forced to watch Silent Hill.
What'd you think of it, though?
It kind of scared the fuck out of me.
Yeah,
It was a good movie.
one of the...
But it wasn't really based. It was just more based on the mythology of the game than it was the game itself.
Right, and it stayed
Another
true.
town in Pennsylvania.
Well, it stayed true to...
Yeah, and based on another town in Pennsylvania.
Right. But, well, at least it stayed true into the sense
wish I
of
could've
how
done-
it scared you, because,
It was very psychological.
well, right, it wasn't the...
It wasn't that psychological.
Let's-
It was just fucking like
let's cut
flesh
it-
getting ripped off
Right.
and weird shit.
It was more that disturbing...
scary.
It was the kind of disturbing that makes you want to look at it more instead of look away. You know what I mean?
Like a train wreck.
Yeah.
It's horrible and
It's like
horrific
seeing
and
your mom in her
terrible.
pajamas.
It's like getting the chance to look into hell. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but hell isn't real, so...
But anyway, like, that was the one case. I still have not seen any video game based movie where it has come anywhere near or close to the level.
You know who's
that
been
you've seen
pumping out good
Silent Hill.
movies? Marvel. Marvel has been making
Oh,
some good
absolutely.
movies.
They do it
Thor
right.
was pretty darn good. I enjoyed Thor.
Well, they
Thor was
have-
good. Both Iron Mans were good.
I
Their version.
hated the second Iron Man.
Oh,
to be
dude, it
honest.
was so
liked
good.
it. It was-
I
And
liked the
their
first-
it
version
wasn't
of
as
the
good as
Hulk
the
was
first
good.
one.
I haven't seen Thor yet.
Thor was
Yeah.
fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Are you
I was
serious?
surprised
I don't
how
know.
funny
I don't
Thor
know
was.
about Thor.
It had
It was
like-
so funny.
It had a couple of weak points where I just kind of rolled my eyes and was like, really? But then it got good and it made up for them.
Dude,
I
it was
love
so
him smashing
quality.
the coffee cup. That was fucking great.
Another!
See, I don't know much about the Green Lantern. I know they're coming out with the Green Lantern.
That movie looks good.
Yeah, it does, and I hope it is because
know what else looks good?
honestly, I don't care if they mess up Marvel stuff, but don't mess up DC because DC seems to
I
have
hate
more of a
DC.
high. Well, the only thing I hate about DC is Superman.
Sometimes
But the rest
DC
I
messes
like.
up DC.
But but Superman renounced his U.S. citizenship, which is fucking awesome. That is cool as shit.
That is awesome. But honestly, like, there's
He
just
was like, truth, justice, and the American way no longer makes sense. Fuck you, America.
Well, is this from the comics?
Yeah.
Well, I don't read the comics or anything. It's just
I thought it was an alternate universe.
every
thing.
time I see,
No, it was just recently.
anytime I see in Superman, there's like these Superman logic that is just retarded to me. Like I've literally seen him like in this one thing I saw him in. This little girl is in danger, right? So what's he do? He grabs the bad guy quickly before he hits her, dives up into like the high atmosphere, then comes back down, slams him into the ground. It creates a fucking crater and explosion that would result in killing thousands of people. It's like
Yeah, Superman's
it's
retarded.
retarded. Yeah.
I also never got how someone's falling off like a 100-story building or something, and Superman just swoops by, like so cliche. He swoops by at the last minute and just like picks him up off the ground when he was about to hit like 5 feet off the ground anyway.
Spider-Man did that too.
So the guy is falling at what's the acceleration of gravity, like 120 miles per hour.
Yo, it doesn't
And then-
fucking matter what it is.
It's
And then
It's
9.8
fucking cliche and gay.
Superman, the man of
9.8
steel.
meters per second per second. No, I'm serious. That's really what it is.
Per second.
That's
so it's an
acceleration.
Exponent.
Yeah, second squared.
Yeah,
That's
but
it.
if you fall for so long, don't you stop accelerating?
Yeah, but that's only because of air resistance.
What I'm
That's a
wondering
whole
is
different thing.
how
Terminal
Superman,
velocity,
he has his
Yeah.
arms out. Now he's the man of steel. The person was going to land on grass, which probably would have been safer than his 2 steel arms. They would have cleaved him. They would have cleaved the person into 3 separately equal pieces.
That
no,
would've
see, we
been
want to talk about something
awesome.
dumb that happened in the Superman. And I think it was in the first Superman movie. He had to stop these missiles, and he decided he didn't have enough time. So he flew around the world so fast that time spun backwards.
Well,
No.
everyone
and I'm like, if you can fly around the world that fucking fast, you had enough time to stop both missiles.
well, actually, like everyone sees that and thought, yeah, it was dumb because this is the one thing I actually will defend about any of the Superman movies. Everyone thought he was flying so fast that he caused the Earth to rotate the other way, and that somehow that reversed time.
That's what it was supposed to be.
That's what I thought too, but apparently, like, the other counter argument was that he actually has the ability to go faster than light. And there's a theory that if you exceed the speed of light, you'll actually, because, you know, as you get closer to the speed of light, time slows down. So the theory is if you can exceed it, you would then somehow start going backwards in time. So I actually think that's what was being implied. He went so fast that he went beyond the speed of light.
Yeah, but if you can go
Which
that
kinda
fast, he
makes
had
sense.
plenty of time to stop both missiles.
Right, so it still is retarded, but I think that was a big misconception, though, from that part.
Also, it was just a movie.
Misconception on account of being
That
retarded.
too.
Aliens have landed.
Yo, cowboys and aliens.
So,
Anyone?
Yeah.
Anyone?
It looks so
Yeah.
retarded that it looks awesome.
so Uncharted
Retarded.
live-action movie, I think if they're going to make one, they should get someone from the video game industry who also knows
The Uncharted
movies.
series is the perfect movie, is the perfect franchise to turn into
Movie
a
ball.
kind of blockbuster popcorn, stupid,
Right.
awesome action flick
But-
like Indiana Jones.
Totally awesome.
But-
Sweet Alabama Liquid Snake.
Yes.
Yeah. Turn it into totally awesome Sweet Alabama Liquid Snake.
Well, I honestly think the best person to turn any video game into a movie right now in both industries would be David Hayter, because he's worked both heavily in the movie and video game industry.
Hey, haters gonna hate.
And
Hater's actually
he also
done some
started-
decent movies.
he's
Yo,
also-
don't be drinking that haterade, dude.
Hey, he also started
You're
his
over
own
hater
production
plate.
company a couple of years ago, and they're supposed to be actually working on a huge budget film very soon here. So he could, if people wanted to, they could get him doing video game movies. And I think
I
he
would trust him to get Uncharted right, because
Yeah.
I know he's probably played Uncharted and probably likes Uncharted.
He was one of the writers for
X-Men?
Watchmen. Well, that too. Yeah, he was a writer.
He
for
directed
Watchmen.
X-Men 1 and 2, didn't he? Or did he just
Momento.
write 'em?
No, he just
Un
wrote.
momento,
I
por
don't think
favor.
And he didn't write 3, The Last
I
Stand.
don't think he's actually directed anything yet, but he's been on set for actual filming
Hold the phone.
many movies.
Where the hell is Glitch?
I told you, party.
Doesn't he
Oh,
live
yeah.
with you now?
Yeah, kinda.
Shouldn't you know where he is at all times?
I told him
yes,
earlier.
still is
he
it?
just-
Just because he lives here doesn't mean he doesn't have his own life. That's right. Okay.
I told him
Wait, where's
earlier
he
he's just a
sleep?
dumbass.
Living room.
Oh.
Is he like your Zoidberg? Okay, that was
Does
me.
he go
I'm
like-
sorry.
Kinda. He's Zoidbergish.
I have a pound cake in here with only one footprint on it. You want to share some, maybe?
Apparently, in countering what they said a couple months ago when they said they're not even thinking about the PlayStation 4, Sony has announced that they have actually started development of it. If they're just now announcing it, it's probably in the very early stages, which means I doubt they'll have anything by E3, which is like 6 days away.
Right. Well, honestly, in all honesty, Sony's a huge company. They've probably already been, not in a sense like true development, but working on what they're gonna do with the system for a while now, the next generation. And
They already own the rights to the next new like disc that stores like
Right.
so much fucking.
So-
it's just ridiculous.
so
Did it store
honestly,
half a terabyte?
Yeah, it's some ridiculous amount. Like, I could put like my entire computer on like one disc.
well, all I know is they probably had this. They probably have been working on the next system for a while, and probably when they heard that Nintendo was actually going to be revealing a new system,
At E3, yeah.
yeah, they were probably
See,
just
no, I
like,
could
okay, all right, well, we had this in our pocket, ready to go. Let's say, hey, yeah, the next
put a
system's
random
coming.
I could see Nintendo coming out with a couple new improvements, but PlayStation 3, like seriously, are they ready for another generation system?
I
Yeah,
don't-
dude, this one
I
makes
think
toast.
it's probably still about
Toast!
a year and a half to 2 years off, so I
This-
doubt we'll see this till...
This one actually plays
2013.
PS1 discs.
Still, even if it is
The
2013,
PlayStation 3 plays PS1
You mean
discs.
two.
Actually, only
Two.
one model plays PS1 discs.
No, every
No,
model
so
plays
it's PS2
PS1
you're
discs.
thinking
You're thinking of PlayStation 2
Wait,
games.
so you're telling me that most PS3s play PS1 in 3 discs, but not 2?
Yes.
Yes.
Because PlayStation has always, instead of having their system emulate the prior systems, they actually have, like, PlayStation 2 actually has the full hardware for a PlayStation 1. No, it's true.
Because the PlayStation
It
1's
actually
like
has-
a single microchip now.
Yeah.
Hey, Chris.
Hey, Glitch.
Chris.
Hey, Glitch.
Hey, Clit.
Glitch.
You want to say hi?
Glitch. Glitch is here.
Guys.
Hey.
Yeah,
How was your memorial
Glitch just
day
walked
party?
in.
It's good. Few greenies and hamburgers.
So
When he walked in, we should have ended in.
we were watching a Seinfeld marathon.
Not like he's in a porno.
No,
Like he's in a Seinfeld porno.
It's like a porno.
Like he's in a Seinfeld porno. I like
So when they were violently attempting to cut costs, what are you doing?
Share, so put it back down.
Okay, when they were violently trying to cut costs on the PlayStation 3 to get down from $700 or whatever the heck it was, they started like cutting huge things out of it. They made the hard drive smaller, and they decided, I guess they decided that most people already had a PS2, so instead of dropping PS1 support, they dropped PS2 support, because then the versions that played PS1, 2, and 3 actually had the hard drive for all three systems built into it, and it was too big, it was running too hot.
You mean the hardware?
Hardware.
You said hard drive. You
My
meant
bad.
hardware.
No. Stick with hard drive. It
Hard
sounded
drive.
better. It just sounded.
No, that sounds like something from
Dragon
1057.
Yeah, it had
The
a dragon
douchebag.
drive. No, it had a dragon drive.
That channel sucks.
It does suck.
Oh wait,
What are you talking about? That channel plays my jams.
Oh hot damn.
You better be being sarcastic. Like,
Alex is touching me with his foot. I can't be serious right now. And no,
Okay.
I'm not being sarcastic.
wait, you seriously like 105.7
All I listen
the
to
X?
is 105.7 the X.
Why?
When do you listen to the radio?
Yeah, I was wondering.
I
that
get
myself.
busted. I don't listen to the radio at all. But
Yeah.
if I do, it's 92.1 because I love the fucking cheesy rap songs. I think they're great.
Oh, one of those.
They get caught in my fucking head.
They
are
are 106.7 because they play like hokey early 90s pop and rap. Not all the time, but once in a while, and it makes me happy. They played Salt and Pepper.
I love the 1-800 Fuck You Alex channel because you have a hairy chest and I can't stop looking
There's
at
a
it.
channel called 1-800 that doesn't
Like-
even make sense.
I swear to God,
Hey,
I saw
I'm
sweat
sure
glisten.
he'll wind up staring at your crotch eventually. Then
Part
you'll
of-
be even.
Part
No,
Italian.
like I seriously saw like glistening chest hair.
So the
Part Italian as
PS4,
well.
they're gonna start making porn video games. Awesome, sweet.
I wonder if they're gonna
In
announce
4D.
anything at E3 about this. Obviously, they're going to have plenty to talk about with their new handheld coming up, the NGP, which apparently has a name called the Vita, which means live.
Wait, that's whose system?
Sony's next handheld.
Oh, they're doing it completely different. It's not a PSP. It's a Vita.
It's called the Vita, apparently.
Oh.
That's a rumor.
Let's just call it a vitamin.
Why wouldn't they make a new PSP?
He is a terrible system.
No, it's not. I own one. I've had one since the thing launched.
Oh my fuck.
Why
Ow! I have a trick knee, and it fucking acts up, and it just acted up, like randomly. That fucking hurt.
But
Oh
you-
my Jesus Christ, goddamn hell and heaven.
Speaking of Jesus Christ, I saw a guy earlier today who looked like a cross between Hulk Hogan and Jesus.
That's pretty fucking awesome.
It was. It was like a blonde Jesus with a tan and a blonde mustache. And he had sunglasses on too.
Hogan
It was
Christ.
awesome. Yeah, Hogan Christ. It was awesome.
He shall henceforth be known as Hogan Christ. And he will
No,
be
it
epic.
can't be both last names. It has to be like, like Jesus Hogan or something. It has to be like it's gotta be a variation of the first and last name.
Hulk Christ.
Yeah, Hulk
Hulk
Christ.
Christ.
Santa Claus, Santa Claus.
Hulk Christ says, "You better believe it, brother."
There needs to be like a Japanese equivalent of Hulk Hogan named Hulk Shogun.
Anyway,
That's not funny. You're gay. And
stop
you're very
looking
sorry.
at the fur on his
I
chest.
can't. I can't.
That's just the chest hair talking.
That's just all the testosterone going through.
Yeah,
your system.
all I hear is like I'm looking at your belly button, and every time you lean forward to talk in the microphone, it looks like your belly button's talking at me.
Okay, so PlayStation Store did not go back up last week as planned, and Sony is promising that it will be back up by the end of this month. Considering the end of this month is in like a day, I seriously doubt this.
Oh, they're gonna call it PlayStation Network Forever then.
No, the
Which will
network
be
is back
hacked
up.
in
We're
a
still
week.
waiting for the store to go back up, which I want it to go back up so I can fucking download Infamous for free. God damn it!
Damn it! I just paid for that game. What do you mean they're giving it away for free?
They are giving it away for free.
This is what you get
We
for-
discussed this already.
Yeah, like a month ago we discussed this.
Actually, I bought it like a long time ago.
Oh, okay. Well, Way to make up an interesting story and then be like, well, no.
Ian, I gotta admit, I'm not
But
drunk
hey,
enough to fuck you yet.
You could get Little Big Planet for free if you have a PlayStation
I already
Network
have
account.
Little Big Planet too. I mean,
Okay,
Little Big Planet.
Wipeout
also known
HD. You could get Wipeout HD for free.
Fuck Wipeout HD. What do you even do in that game? Isn't that?
It's a racing game. It's
Fuck
a lot
racing
like
games.
it's a lot like
Racing-
F-Zero.
Racing games are for
You like
hillbillies
F-Zero?
and fucking white trash.
Actually, you know what I think would be
F-Zero
cool if they
X
made for
for white
free
trash?
is Blur. Blur would be
Blur
sweet.
was the shit. I don't like racing games. I
But
like
Blur
Blur.
was awesome.
But do you like F-Zero?
What about Burnout?
Because it's a lot like F-Zero.
Yeah, but F-Zero.
You can get a
F-Zero's
zombie
cool
game for
enough.
free called Dead Nation. If you already
Mario
have a
Kart.
PlayStation
Is
Network
that
account.
is that the top-down game where you're like you use both analog sticks and
Yeah.
run and shoot? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, one of those.
Falcon Donkey Punch!
Falcon Donkey Punch?
I don't know where that came from.
That's awesome.
Is that a
Anyway,
new sex move?
yes it is.
Sweet.
It's when you're dressed up as Captain Falcon, you're drilling a girl in the ass, from
And you
behind,
donkey punch her.
and you punch her in the head.
Yo, butt sex, putting it out there, pretty sweet.
Look how embarrassed Alex is.
Hi, I'm Alex.
Why is Alex embarrassed?
My head hurts.
And we're talking about
Because we
sex
brought up
enough.
butt sex. That's why he's embarrassed.
I think. Wait, has anyone else in this room other than me had butt sex?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if I believe it.
No. Can't say I have.
Totally had butt sex multiple times. It is almost. Actually, it's probably better than regular sex. I'm not gonna lie.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay, so moving on.
I'm really hoping they get the PlayStation store back up real soon.
I like that.
Press the action button from butt sex to the PlayStation
Yeah, I was just
Store.
gonna say, I like
From the
how
PlayStation store to butt sex. No, from the PlayStation store to a new version of donkey punching to butt sex. Back to the PlayStation store.
So it was like a butt sex.
This is like the only podcast you would ever get that on.
Well, then again,
It's
Sony
variety.
is kind of butt fucking us with the PlayStation Network, so it kind of correlates.
Yeah,
It's variety. You can blame Anonymous for that.
Yeah, Anonymous butt fucked us.
You can
I
blame
really
it on-
don't. I really don't think Anonymous did it. I think people were just like, "Hey, we're anonymous," and they
Right.
actually weren't.
They're
Yeah, but
just-
that's what they are. They're just people who call themselves that. It's not like they're as like.
They're not organized.
There is a group. There is a group that's organized called Anonymous.
And you know how you
pay for it.
And do you know how they get into? How they get?
How do you
into the
know,
group?
Tim? They're anonymous.
By saying that they're part of the group.
Wow.
That's kind of the nature of it. It's like if you're like, hey, I'm anonymous. Okay.
Anonymous is just made up
They
of people
exist
with
to
computer
annoy
skills.
people.
Out of hundreds of people who are in
I know what
Anonymous,
Anonymous
one of them
is,
is going to
but
do
there's a
something.
group of hackers that's called
No,
Anonymous.
there's not. It's the same thing, Tim.
It's not.
50% power? Anonymous just had 75% power.
Okay, so next topic: PlayStation Store still not up, not coming up.
Don't know when. They say by the end of this month, but that's like tomorrow.
No offense, but I don't really understand how we were supposed to discuss that.
That sucks.
Okay.
Yeah, it does suck.
This sucks.
Okay, after a 15-year development time, Duke Nukem Forever is actually finished. It only took 15 years and 3 development companies to finish this one game, but by God, it's finally finished and it will come out next month.
I forget who was saying this, but some game developer was saying that only Duke Nukem would be able to survive through 15 years of development simply because like the first one was like the most successful game of all time, supposedly anyway. I don't know if it really is the most successful.
It might have been
game of all
in
time.
its day, but it's not the most successful game of all time now. Gaming has gotten a lot bigger since Duke Nukem was out.
Well, true, but you also have to consider the statistics of how many people are casually into gaming from then to now, and percentage-wise. But it's all debatable, honestly. It still was a
The thing,
huge,
like back
huge
then,
game.
gaming wasn't mainstream at all.
Well, it doesn't matter. There still could have been more people or like when compared to the total population than now.
Right.
So it could still hold the title.
Right.
Just
You
because
said
there's more people
Well,
now doesn't mean that
I was
there's
always-
more people playing than back then.
Right. And
I
who
was always
says-
under the impression that Doom was the bigger game of those two.
Apparently not. Like, because who says back then that someone, maybe they didn't play any video games and the first game they ever picked up,
Alex,
or maybe
can I
even
touch
the
your
only,
chest hair?
was Duke Nukem, because
First game
everyone
I
was
ever
talking
picked up
I
about
don't
it.
know. Yeah, I played, just me talking, I played Duke. I
Okay.
played Doom.
Okay,
I never
that's
played
weird.
Duke
Never-
Nukem.
Never again.
Duke
Wait,
Nukem was
can I
awesome.
do that
Well,
again and we made
John
eye contact
St.
the whole time?
John.
For the record, I think part of their success was all the one-liners they stole from
Evil Dead
from Evil Dead. So
and John Carpenter.
yeah, so I kind of blame a lot of their success on their copyright infringement, which I think is probably part of why it took 15 years to
That
do
and they
another
got
game.
John St. John to do the voice of Duke Nukem, and John St. John is just awesome.
Wait, was he the guy who did the voice the first time, or no?
Yeah, he did the original voice. He's
Oh,
doing
okay.
the voice in the new game too. So he was the guy. He goes to Comic Cons because he said in a video game, "I have balls of steel." To this day, he goes to Comic Cons and stuff like that, and is a big draw because he said, "I have balls of steel."
Has anyone been to a comic convention? It is like the gayest fucking thing ever.
I've never actually been to a comic convention. I've been to a couple cons.
I went to the
Including
Gayer than
Comic-Con,
Sexico?
but-
I went to the Sexico is not actually gay. Sexico, I wish I could have gone to Sexico. Like it was this big academic conference on like sex,
Oh wow!
and it was huge. Like it was 3 days, and like it was massive, and it was all these scholars from around the world talking about sex, and it was really cool.
I
That
wonder
does
if there
sound
was
cool.
actually any sex going on.
No, but funny story.
Not at the convention, anyway.
Yeah, there.
No, but funny
like,
story, I
usually
had sex.
when you speak at a conference,
Yeah.
you get like a gift basket.
Right.
Yeah, like I mean I chaired. I got to help decide what the gift baskets were for the one I chaired.
Okay.
But apparently the gift baskets, because they were coming from Mexico, got held up in customs because they had dildos in them.
Oh!
And so my colleagues that went to Sexico never got their gift
It's
baskets.
not even
Oh,
called
wow.
Sexico. It's just synonymous. It's just what we call it now.
Well, no,
Wait,
no,
what's
that's
it
what
called?
Marlon called it too.
That's what your professor
My-
called it.
Wait, what's it actually called?
It was like the 30th annual conference on gender and sexuality.
Oh, okay.
I like Sexico.
Yeah, and he called it Sexico because it was a sex conference in Mexico. It was like in fucking like Cancun or
I
something.
asked you if they spoke the Sexican dialect the first time you mentioned this.
Yeah, and I said no.
No, you thought that was awesome.
Yeah, the Sexican dialect is pretty good, but I don't know. The one that I speak at and the one that I like help put together is pretty cool too. The Lavender
Didn't you
Languages and Linguistics.
Didn't you do a podcast like the day after coming home from that conference?
I think I did it that night, actually. The
'Cause
night.
I thought you were like, yeah, yesterday I was speaking at a conference. Today I'm doing a podcast.
Yeah, I was like, yesterday I presented a paper on epistemological legitimacy, and today I'm sitting in a room talking about video games.
Saying penis repeatedly.
And I said penis repeatedly. Would
Well,
you
you said
believe I'm an
penis, like-
academic scholar?
Hey,
Dude, you said it at least 50 times in about
No,
an hour.
I know. But the thing is, I have to get it all out, and then when I get it all out, I'm like this amazing fucking scholar that's like that people know. Like I'm known. Like people came to see me speak. It was so cool. Like I was surprised. Like this guy was like, "Oh, you're Andrew McLeaf." I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "I'm really excited to see your paper," and I was like, "All right, dude, yeah." And he was like, "You're really cool," and I was like, "Yeah, dude." And I high-fived him. It was so cool.
well, what more could you ask for?
And I was talking about epistemological legitimacy, like...
What the heck is that?
Yeah, see? Exactly! Exactly! Okay, epistemology is the study of knowledge, like how we know what we know. And legitimacy, you know what legitimacy is, whether
Yeah.
something's valid or not. So, who decides
What's
what
valid
we know?
and what's not valid?
Yeah, who decides what we know is valid and
Man.
what is
Dude,
not.
that
Brain
almost.
Well,
dead.
then who
That
decides
sounds-
that? Who decides what you decide?
Exactly. That's.
I could go on for hours.
That sounds so much like a Zen riddle of sorts.
It was that whole
It's
code
really,
that
it's
Jesus
really
got
not.
in
The answer's,
Chainsaw.
the answer's
Chainsaw.
very easy. The answers
That's
are really
actually
easy
almost
things.
sounds like a cross between like philosophy and psychology.
It's a cross
Answers
between
are out
philosophy and anthropology. I use political ecology as my base, as my
Okay.
examples, because there's this thing called traditional environmental knowledge
Okay.
that's like science.
Science.
It's like science, but I hate saying it, but this is how they use it in like indigenous cultures.
Okay.
So it's like their science,
Right.
Science.
and the way that people
And
phrase
science,
it in
yeah.
a nutshell makes it look like it's less than science.
Right.
So then I use that as an example to prove that Western science is the end all be all. You know, it's the high, like the holiest of holies.
Right.
You know,
which
it is the valid thing. Everything else isn't. If it's not Western, it's not valid.
Right. Which
And-
is
and I go- I could-
completely arrogant.
I could like go into it fully, but I won't do it now because it literally took me a whole hour, like
Right.
to do it. Yeah, Ian's looking at me like I've never seen Andrew say anything like this smart.
Anything that didn't involve genitals.
Yeah, this
Or
is
poop.
That many ologies in it.
yeah, this is what I study. Yeah, and I talk about flat ontologies.
Are
and
you
stuff.
masturbating while you're telling us this? Because I'm looking over and your arm is shaking.
No,
back and
I get
forth.
I get excited. I'm tapping my foot.
Okay.
I haven't talked about stuff like this in months. I love it. I fucking love it. I'm gonna get my PhD in like 5 years, and then I'll be Dr. Andrew Charles Harkins McLean.
And then you go up blowing up things with like eye lasers.
And you know what?
We already call you Dr. Drew.
I'm predicting right now what you're gonna do the day after you get your PhD. You're gonna be in a room doing a podcast.
That would be hilarious.
I swear to God, if that happens, I will kill myself.
Hey, I'm offended.
I'm gonna be living in North Carolina for 5 years, so you
Oh,
guys
yeah.
will have to come there.
Okay.
We will specifically
come with
travel
her.
the day you graduate to North Carolina.
I will bring my VHS copy of Top Gun.
Yeah, I'm gonna live in Chapel Hill. I'm gonna go to school at University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill.
Nice.
Like that Rosa song, when the waves have started to crumble and the mountains smooth and die.
Yeah, I know that song. It's
Yeah.
a good jam.
Yeah, it's about this. It's about the city because old people go there to die
In
because
the
all the professors
year
are.
2525.
Okay,
I
what's
don't
the
know.
next
Okay,
topic?
yeah.
Mankind, we're still alive. Okay, Norway, Sweden.
Radio Schaefer! Okay, I had to get that out.
Norway, Sweden, and Denmark have banned the release of the upcoming game
Sausage?
Dead or Alive Dimensions for the Nintendo 3DS because it contains a photo mode that lets you take pictures of the
Of
girls
tits?
in the game from any angle. And they think, and some of the girls in the game are under the age of 18, so they fear that people are going to use this to do upskirt shots of girls who are under the age of 18, so they ban the game.
Of
Japan!
digital girls. Right.
Yeah.
But still, that's a pretty legit reason, and those are pretty like liberal countries.
That's pretty faggy.
Well, that is
That's
a legit reason, but it's still kind of like, really? Come on.
It's one of those reallys, but at the same time, if I was like a dad,
Right.
I would be like, good call.
But those are like European countries, aren't they?
No, those are like 3 of the most liberal countries in the world. Like, in some of those countries, you can get abortions all the way to the 3rd trimester, no questions asked.
Then why is this a problem in their country then?
Because it's not a personal freedom. It's something that can be exploited. It's not like
Okay.
involved with the individual. It's not an
Okay.
individual right.
Alright. Well, isn't it an individual right to be able to buy what game you want?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Because you can
No.
equally not have it and you can still be fine. It's not going to affect you not having that game.
Oh, you mean like your life?
Yeah,
How
like
you
your
live
life. It's not going to
life.
affect your life.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's, choice.
It still is.
It's
kinda
still
human.
choice, but I mean, at the same time, I see why they're doing it.
Well,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
You know,
I
I
mean,
can
no,
I
I
can understand
understand,
if
but
like
it's
maybe
still
they
faggot.
banned.
Still
Well, no,
Well,
because they're real big on like women's lib. And
Right.
They're better than us at that shit.
It's
You know,
still
like,
kind of extreme.
Like there's
reason,
still a glass ceiling, and there's still like a wage
So-
margin, but it's a lot smaller than ours. Like it's maybe 10 cents different. as opposed, or like 6 cents as opposed to like 13 or 14.
Okay. Well, I don't know. It just, I don't know. I just think it's a little bit excessive. I mean, I can understand like everyone's.
They're basically banning the
against
game because
child
of something that
pornography,
people might do.
Yeah, well, they can.
They're banning it based on
Right.
presumption.
These are people that slash your tires if you illegally park or your time runs out on the meter. Like, they don't fuck around.
So like Singapore.
Yeah, no, like, they will slash your tires.
You know, I think if a liberal country was going to ban a game, it would be for excessive
Well,
violence.
they're socialistic countries, and they're very liberal.
Russia or
It's like
Australia banned.
personal.
That's why Australia banned Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, I'm not
Mortal Kombat game.
surprised.
Let's see how
Australia
that
is
works
made
out.
up of
And
criminals.
it's got
How
a-
do they ban? Why do they?
Hey,
Exactly. They don't need.
Australia
There's
also
like 3 cities in Australia.
they also carry a
two of them are
$3,000
just
fine
trees.
if you
Yeah, and
import
2
the
of
game.
them are just trees filled with
Jeez.
koalas.
Koala City and
Oh!
Koalasburg.
Okay, so speaking of koalas, remember
Oh gosh. What do you have
remember
to say about koalas?
remember that really bad storm that hit here just a couple days ago?
Is he gonna say that
Koala
he's
get
for
blown
koala
in?
spit?
No. So
You're
I
against
was
koala
at
spit?
I was at the mall with Charlie and Amber, and we were in Macy's because they were getting ready to go to a wedding the next day, and they were shoe shopping or something. I wasn't paying attention. I was making fun of things and throwing shoes and stuff. And then this girl comes up to us and goes, "Excuse me, I'm gonna have to ask you guys to go to the back of the store to our executive offices." And I was like, "What?" She's like, "There's a tornado that's touched down on Trindle Road, and it's actively, it's an active tornado, and Trindle Road is, like less than 0.1 miles from here. So we're gonna have to ask you to go back to the executive suites." So we basically go back to the executive suites, which weren't executive or suite-like in any way. It was like a hallway, and I got pushed all the way to the back by this fucking warehouse. I found a DVD, I was exploring this room, and I found this DVD player with a fucking Looney Tunes DVD in it. A Spanish magazine. It was completely in Spanish, didn't understand a goddamn word of it, and I speak decent Spanish. Didn't understand a goddamn thing. And then I turn around, and there's this 15-year-old girl, staring at me with googly eyes. And she's trying to hit on me. Because I had shaved, so I looked young. I looked like I could have been, 17. I look 17 when I shave.
You do, kind of.
Yeah, I do. And her mom's this preacher. And I'm sitting there saying, "Goddamn tornado! I could be throwing shoes at babies right now. Why the fuck is this tornado happening?" And this little girl is just, trying to talk to me. The whole time, and I was like, "Alright, who are we gonna eat first?" And she, raised her hand. She's like, "You can eat me first." And I was just like, "What?" Alright, I'm gonna eat you first. It was just so fucking weird.
I'm still waiting for koalas to enter the picture.
There weren't any koalas.
I am disappointed. They got funny noses.
Mr. Off Topic, everybody!
But it was such a weird thing. It was I stole a thing of clearance stickers and just put them on everything as I was walking around the store, just to confuse people.
And then when they go up to the counter and they're like, "Well, this is clearance."
Oh
The
wait,
customer's always right.
I saw a mannequin with a wedgie too. It was really funny. There's this mannequin with a fucking purple wedgie.
I've forgotten the topic now.
Future doctor, ladies and gentlemen.
These are
Okay, I need
Professor on digression.
need to point out that I'm not going to be a medical doctor. It's just going to be a PhD here, but I will be a doctor.
Fud.
A FUD.
Yeah, well, that's still technically a doctor.
I know, but it's a
I
doctorate.
didn't mean it medical doctor.
No, if I was a medical doctor, everybody better fucking run for the hills.
Well, while you were
You'll be
away,
like the
I got 2
Auschwitz
PhDs,
Angel of
so
Death.
I'm a Dr. Venture too. You were only away for 3 months.
You can have the teleporter.
Anyway,
You got a text message. Isle.
Yeah, Izzle. I call him Izzle.
It's an isle. You spelled isle.
Yeah, but I call
so
him
what
Izzle.
was the topic?
Denmark. I think
it was-
I think it was
Denmark,
about
Sweden, and Norway banned.
See, it kind of tied back to it because there's a 15-year-old girl hitting on me.
True, it did kind of.
See, it tied back.
So yeah, so upskirt shots, evil.
Yeah,
is
upskirt
Venom.
shots. You you can possibly take them with this photo mode, apparently, and this is reason enough to ban the game.
You know, why can't they
apparently
just...
some of the girls are 17.
Why did their government just not contact the production company, the gaming company, and be like, hey, can you make a mode where you can't... a version of the game for our country where you don't do this? Well,
yeah,
it's not that
they
hard.
probably
It's
wouldn't.
like,
I mean, they...
yeah, but that's a lot of money lost on a whole country.
It's just easier to ban it, and I
Which
mean,
is gay.
most of those people just listen to black metal and like howl at the moon and like get sad and drunk. Like,
well, in
they're not
Norway,
listening to anything.
in Norway, they listen to black metal. In Sweden, they listen to melodic death metal.
No, it's still black metal.
No, it's melodic death metal.
It's
It's
still-
Opeth.
it's-
They listen to Opeth in
It's still
Sweden.
black metal, dude. I have a friend who lives in Finland, and he's touring the Norwegian countries, and he is just like, there's just black metal everywhere. And he loves, like, Broadway and opera, and he's really gay. My friend Marlon. And he is like, there is just black metal everywhere in, like, the Scandinavian countries. He said it's fucking terrible. And, like, everyone thinks they can play black metal. It's fucking bad.
There's probably a lot of horrifically bad black metal.
At least it's not like French
And then
punk
Emperor.
French punk is fucking terrible.
and like French rave.
I haven't heard French punk. I've heard German punk.
German punk's pretty bad.
French techno.
German
I
punk.
said-
There was a German punk band called Die Toter
I said that
which
first.
basically means the pants. A German punk band called The Pants.
Was that the last topic, by the way?
That was the last topic.
Great.
So how much more time do we have?
We're 52 minutes
Let's
or
go
53 minutes into this.
Alright,
So
let's
we
go get tanked.
Let's go get burritos.
Yes.
Fuck yeah.
Actually, Nito's closed.
So should we...
Dude.
Yeah, we tried to get burritos earlier and Nito was closed.
That's still in the other room.
So are we gonna wrap this up early, or just try to bullshit for the next 5 minutes?
That's bullshit.
Yo,
That's
Top Gun
bullshit
was on the
because
other day. It was yesterday. I was watching TV and then Top Gun came on and I realized what it was and turned the channel. I texted Alex all about it and he was like, oh, and then he was like, walls.
So you watched Top Gun?
No, I didn't. I watched Top Gun until I realized it was Top Gun. I think I was watching like Driving Miss Daisy, and then like Top Gun came on after it, which is a really weird segue. But yeah, like Driving Miss Daisy, awesome movie. And then Top Gun came on, and I was like, the fuck is this? And then like I hit the view like on the guide, and it said Top Gun, and I was like, fuck this. And I turned it.
So you want to watch Top Gun?
No, all I can think of is like Highway to the Danger Zone. Whenever I think of
Highway to
Funny story, actually.
danger
I was actually
zone.
going down the highway and I was listening. I was listening to the radio because there's it's Pennsylvania fucking highway. There's nothing to listen to except for country and
Well,
gospel
there's
radio.
XPN.
the XPN's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But I was looking, but I was driving. I can't remember the name of the highway, but I was driving through, and all of a sudden I see this sign saying "Danger! Watch your falling rock." And all of a sudden, like it just knew where I was. It started playing "Highway to the Danger Zone."
Wait, it said caution falling rock. One.
Danger.
Danger. One rock.
Falling
Yeah,
rock.
just-
I think
Just one rock.
Wait, I think
There's just one rock sitting up on a ledge above.
Actually,
and someday like a bird is gonna crap on, and it will just throw the balance off, and the thing will roll down the hill, then hit somebody's car.
Right, and
you
then
just want to make sure
Indiana
it's
Jones will
prepared.
be running.
Yeah, after Bam.
actually,
That's not
I think
cocaine,
rock.
That's locaine.
I think the singular form of rock can also be plural. And
Yeah, it's for
rocks
Broco.
is also correct.
You're gonna die.
I drank one of these before. It's a Four Loko. I drank one of these. He drank two and then broke his knee.
I was sober by that point.
But you still drank two of them and then broke your knee.
I was sober by that point.
I don't think you want to advertise you were sober when you broke your knee.
It was excruciatingly painful.
Well, that's why you should have
It was
been
the
drinking
single-
more.
It was the single most painful thing I have ever done in my entire life.
Try.
I blacked out. Apparently, I laid on the floor and did not move for a few minutes. I don't remember this.
If you want, just hope you're never stabbed in the stomach or shot in the knee. Then. With alcohol in it, 12% alcohol.
It's like
What I-
Sparks, but a little bit stronger.
Oh my god.
What I did was I bruised the bone really
Doesn't
bad.
it smell awful?
It smells like fucking turpentine.
It smells like a cantaloupe's vagina.
A cantaloupe?
Yes.
Why do cantaloupes have vaginas?
Because he puts them on there.
What are you
What?
doing to
Do you just
cantaloupes?
tape vaginas onto them like at the store?
Okay.
You whittle it.
No.
And then sniff them to know
What
they
are you
smell
doing to cantaloupes?
Oh my
Slap
god!
a chance?
I said cantaloupe's vagina in the sense of combining the smell of cantaloupe and vagina. Not that I actually screw cantaloupes.
So it smells like Kangina?
Sure.
Hey, look, it says weed.
You suck.
Weed.
Wide.
It's VID, and it looks like it says. Well, it doesn't look like it says weed. I'm just being stupid.
And it looks like
How is this day
Robitussin.
different from any other? It does look like the tussin. No fighting, no fussing, no cousin.
Robocop couldn't stop me from puking and retching, but no balls to be busting. No fighting, no cussing, just love for a drug called Robitussin. The McChris.
You know, at least with Robitussin, when you drink it, Robitussin versus alcohol. Robitussin, at least you throw up right away and then have fun. Whereas alcohol, you have fun and then
Until
throw
you
up.
throw up.
Yeah, until you throw up. Then it's not fun anymore.
Hence why I don't drink and just have fun on my own.
Right on.
Yeah, well,
Oh.
see, I
Yeah,
blame
you
myself when I drink too much instead of, the booze or someone else or my problems.
This
I'm
is
just
all
like,
your fault.
Alex,
I'm
look at
just
your
like,
Alex, look at your
I was
problem.
an idiot tonight, and this is the just desserts.
Like when you hit a minivan.
That was awesome.
Did he tell you about that?
Actually, that was pretty sucky because I was in a crappy mood.
That was on Paul's birthday.
Yeah, that was on Paul's birthday, and I ruined his birthday.
I was
and
ashamed
a
of
bumper. Yeah, I was too.
You were
I
ashamed
can't
of
lie.
you?
I was ashamed of me.
I rubbed Alex's chest hair.
You're dead to me. Over.
It was so hot. We made eye contact the whole time.
No, you made eye contact with like the top of my head that was facing you. Oh, Paul just walked by and said, "I'm gonna pretend I didn't hear that."
I was curious.
So this might be a good time to end the podcast.
I've heard that about you.
Now, this might be a good time to end the podcast. We're 59 minutes in, although I am going to have to cut a fair chunk of the race. Yeah, I'm going to have to cut a good
Wait,
chunk of that out.
What happened?
Okay.
That's God.
Arthur,
Let there be
honk
light.
if you love Sparta.
Alex,
What?
let there be light.
No.
Yeah, that was God.
Wait,
I was
God.
quoting
I was
God.
quoting God.
Hold on. I'm getting
We
the
said
Adventures of
that in the
Pete
new
Volume
format.
1 on DVD, and there will be,
Freaking rage.
yeah, there will be,
Pipe. There will be pipe.
no.
Does anybody remember that?
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
Will there be butt?
It was
be laying
Arnie's
some
word
pipe.
that pissed everyone.
Artie.
Arnie's
Yeah,
word
'cause
that
no
pissed
one
everyone off.
understood.
But will there be butt, Andrew?
No, there will not be but there will be a marathon.
Yes.
Sweet. We're going to have to watch
You're not
that
invited.
shit.
Let's bring root beer.
He'll bring Top Gun.
Only if it's ABC.
What the hell am I? Some kind of faggot? What other kind of root beer would
Well, I
I
don't know.
bring?
Should we call Colin and find out?
You stroke.
Oh! I
Anyway,
did stroke
That
your chest,
guy.
but it was really straight when I did it.
so this has been another edition of
Yeah,
Press
Colin
the
doesn't-
Action Button.
What about Colin's penis?
Yes.
I really thought you were
Did you say yes to Colin's penis?
Have a nice week, fellas.
He's embarrassed
Gonna go
now.
die now.
Dig a hole, climb in it.
Gonna go bang 4 ounces of rocks. Whatever.
What?
Whatever that.
Bang,
heck
Charlie-
banging
Charlie
7-gram rock.
7-gram rocks. Whatever. Take a bit.
Tiger
Adonis
blood.
DNA.
Oh my gosh.
Adonis DNA.
Gotta get me some of that tiger blood.
Yeah, you do. I want to try it.
I heard it. A friend of mine actually tasted it. He said it tastes like crap. It's just
I
like,
don't think I'd even open it.
it's like old fruit punch, basically.
It's like
gross.
4 Loko.
And as far as an
It's so
energy
warm.
drink, it doesn't even have that much.
And as hot as it is, and yet I'm not complaining about how warm this is going down.
Drinking an energy drink while you're dehydrated is not the best idea.
Filled this thing to the brim with
Drinking
water.
an
It's
energy
like
drink
32
with alcohol
ounces.
in it is an even worse idea.
How far are we into this podcast now?
A minute 2.
We should end it, maybe.
Should we end it?
1006. All in favor?
I'm in favor.
I'm in favor.
All not in favor?
I'm in favor.
Apparently,
Way to be like 2 seconds late being that. Nimrod.
I'm not a math major. What's this time you're talking about?
What is time? Baby, don't hurt me. Okay, let's go.
Dr. Drew doesn't operate on a linear time schedule.
That's right.
you know what? Time does not go in lines; it goes in circles. That's why clocks are round.
And Dr. Drew, does that not make sense?
That makes no sense.
That's why Caboose said it.
I don't know what that means.
That a
but-
lot of things are cyclical.
Yeah, I get that a lot of things are cyclical.
Well,
I get that. Samsara, etc.
Well, considering all the dimensions move in a circular pattern, I would imagine that the temporal one.
We're not talking about physics here. Physics is a bunch of made-up things on numbers. We're talking about
of
life.
course.
We're talking about
Yeah, that's what I was talking
Talk
about.
about ontological theory.
I'm not talking about uncological
So,
theory.
so what you're saying
Logical
is, so what
theory.
you're saying
If you
is,
talk about
Wait, did you already finish that Four Loko?
If you talk about
Is it empty?
Yeah, it's still full.
if you talk about ontological theory,
Let me get a swig of that.
which is the study of
Damn, there's a
being
lot
an
more in that than I
existence,
thought.
one of the beliefs is that we exist in a constant
You want to
rolling,
try it?
like shaking up of things.
okay.
Okay.
And like moments happen when everything aligns and then something good happens in your life.
Great theory, one of my favorites.
Can't
Anyway,
decide if I like that or hate it.
Yeah.
it's like
Four
the liquid
Loko,
version of a train
I
wreck.
have no idea what Andrew was just saying because I wasn't paying attention to him.
I was talking about ontological theories. It's not
Something about his uncle Augustine.
no.
That
Ontology.
Augustine
that
theories?
tastes like
Ontology
Jolly
is a
Rancher.
philosophical
Study of
exist-
cancer?
Philosophical no.
He was talking about Uncle
Philosophical
Augustine theories?
studies of existence.
Not oncology, ontology.
Ontologier than you are.
But are you sciencey
Alex,
than him?
you're drunk and I'm
So
gonna rub your
basically, what you're saying is
You
science.
fourth, my distillery gut.
So what you're saying is basically our science and technology is the equivalent of magic and potions and spells.
belly. Essentially, because we know so very little. We know so very little. No, like I'm serious. We
It's all
know
RPG like and
we
shit.
know so little about the world and everything, the universe, etc. It's all based on numbers, and we don't know jack shit.
The more we
Hey.
find out, the more we find out that we don't know.
Hey, Andrew.
Yeah.
Hey, Andrew, I have an offer to make.
What?
Elixir of the Da Vinci.
Well, I remember Alex here was telling me about how the patent
still
office
going.
was going to close because they thought there was no possibility of any advancements in technologies.
In like 1898.
Yeah, to ever be made again.
You believe the ancient astronaut theory, like a bunch of fucking weirdos do?
What?
You know, like aliens gave us technology, and that's why we have culture and everything today.
Oh yeah, my dad
You mean
tried
like
to say
in
he
ancient
believed in that
Egypt,
once. but-
Ancient Egypt, everywhere, all over the world, the ancient world. People believe this shit because people
Wasn't
are.
that
Pe- hold on.
Stargate was about that?
Yeah, but
Sort of-
Stargate
sort
was.
of- it was sort of about that, but not really.
Yeah,
Because that was like they took us there to do their stuff.
right. That was different.
It was different. It was a little different.
I know you're
Ancient astronauts are like aliens came to Earth, gave us culture, gave us things. All the things in the Bible are descriptions of aliens.
Right.
All that stuff.
Basically
etc.
Thor.
We
Sort of.
just say
yeah.
Stargate.
But-
We are not getting sued.
But the thing is, the thing that pisses me off about all those people is like, yeah, that's a cool theory. It could answer a lot of questions.
Right.
But
It's too
you are
convenient.
seriously like underestimating the human race.
Right.
Why couldn't they have just made those things on their own?
Right.
Why did they need something? Why couldn't ancient people have just been really, really fucking good at doing things?
And very eccentric in their drawings.
You know what?
You know.
They,
We're artistic.
they underestimate.
They discussed this on Red Dwarf,
Right. And
where Rimmer thought that aliens helped build the pyramids. Remember, Alex? And then Lister's like, no, they just had massive whips.
although I'm not beyond the theory that aliens did crash in Roswell in the 50s.
That was a weather balloon.
It's all BS. That's all BS.
That was a weather balloon.
The universe is so big.
Right.
Even the galaxy. If you took every star in the galaxy and every planet in the galaxy, there is so much life, but at the same time, it equals like nothing in comparison to the whole.
Yeah.
That's what
But-
she said.
That also doesn't make it impossibility that a ship would crash. on
The
a
chances
planet.
of us running in to an alien life form. I heard.
Well, no.
I heard. This was the example I heard when I took my astronomy class. The example that they gave was, I forget who, I think it was Stephen Hawking or somebody else, said the chances of us coming in contact with an alien race, whether a crash or etc., we're actually meeting them,
Right.
whatever, what have you, would be like two individuals sitting in a football stadium, just two people,
Okay.
across from each other,
Okay.
okay, and they have to close their eyes, keep their eyes closed for an hour, and for 1 second during that hour, they're allowed to open their eyes, light a lighter, turn it off, and close their eyes again. The chances of us finding or an alien crashing, whatever, etc., what I said earlier, is the same as those two people opening their eyes and lighting the lighters at the same time. That's how fucking big the fucking universe is.
Right, but Hawking wasn't taken into consideration.
I don't know if it was Hawking.
Okay.
But if it was somebody like him.
Are you
What was
taking- wait,
Hawking
are you
into
taking into
consideration that you are taking into consideration?
No, not just him. About the fact that aliens would, if there are probably aliens out there that have far superior technology and knowledge.
They would have to.
There are probably also
I'm not-
aliens
I'm
with
not
vastly
saying they would
inferior
come in
technology.
contact to us, but I'm sure there's been some races, at least that know we're here, have observed us and
No.
probably left.
No.
Hawking,
We have been fucking alone. Like
Hawking,
floating through
even
cold
Stephen
space.
Hawking said that all intelligent races wipe themselves out. All intelligence just wipes itself out after a given period in time.
If they're doing it
No,
wrong,
because he was around to see all this
No,
happen.
but he's one of our most brilliant minds.
Oh,
like,
no,
if he
he
says
isn't.
that, then what does that say about?
What
people
Stephen
just feel
Hawking
sorry
likes
for
to
him.
do is he likes to take physics and puts it in layman
Okay,
terms
look,
and then put it in
According
a
to Led
book
Zeppelin,
and try
he's
to
never
make
getting
credit.
into heaven. Oh!
Putting it simply, yes, aliens exist somewhere.
I'm
Right.
sure they do.
To doubt it is foolish.
They're probably
Honestly,
sitting there discussing the exact same
Second.
thing about us.
Second, we could never know what an alien would look like because evolution, and
It's
natural selection would lead them down.
Environment specific.
It's environmentally specific, and we cannot even begin to imagine what an alien would look
I
like.
think more likely is that we're going to find about a couple hundred years down the road is we're going to find another star system, somewhere out there, within a few dozen light years that has some kind of primitive life on it. And by the time we're able to reach them, they might be, advanced, but not as advanced as we are. Like they might still have like parachute pants.
Okay. No, but in all honesty,
I'm being serious.
in all
Like,
honesty,
they'll be,
and
like,
the third
couple
thing,
hundred years.
and the third thing, like
Possible.
we will never find life out there. Life will have to find us.
Well-
and it hasn't happened yet. It won't happen in our lifetime.
It could happen either way, and it'll happen in the form of radio waves.
unless the rapture happens.
Well, there was. Let me
yeah.
just say there was two things about the whole Roswell incident. that
did,
were
last
very
week.
Convincing. Was one the fact that all the civilians who lived with military personnel, just about all of them, did not believe that the supposed cover story, and had plenty of stories to tell that did not match up to the cover story. And the other thing was that the guy who invented the microchip, he was stationed there at that base in
And all of a sudden he went, of course,
in Roswell.
science!
And soon after the incident, he was shipped away. And then 2 years later, he's like, "Hey, I invented the microchip."
That's all speculation.
Roswell,
It does.
Well, of course it's speculation. I'm not
name
saying
the
it's
best
hard.
Futurama
I'm
episode
not
ever.
I'm not saying it's hard evidence, but it is.
It won an award. It was good.
It's pretty contradictory to what supposedly was the truth.
Dude, it doesn't. No, the sky
Guys,
exploding over I-95 and everything.
What?
There's
Guys,
been
I'm sorry, we
multiple
gotta
alien
wrap this
crashes.
up.
No,
we
it's all
really
BS.
do.
We really gotta wrap this up. We do
Why?
have to edit this,
Black people.
Black people.
We're at a minute
Purple people.
12, so let's wrap this up. An hour
Good
12.
night, universe. wherever you may be.
This has been another. This has been another. God damn it! Shut up!
Speakeasies. I talked about speakeasies.
Okay. Night.
This
Bye.
Has been another edition of Press the Action Button podcast here on digital-delirium.com. As always, I have been your host, Joystick, and with me this week was D-Pad. Say goodbye, D-Pad.
Okay, Jerry.
He comes in with a rap and goes out with porno.
That's Seinfeld, right?
No, that wasn't porno.
That was porno. Anyway, slack a chance. Say goodbye.
I cut my wrist because I love you.
Okay, that was morbid. Game Face. Say goodbye.
I'm gonna go punch something.
And Glitch, who got here late. Say goodbye.
I remember a quote from a very famous man. When life gives you lemons, you make a combustible lemon and you blow life's house down.
Yeah! Yeah! Anyway, you, Dr. Drew, say goodbye.
I think there's spittle on the table, and I'm touching it with this wire.
You guys got some problems.
Alright, bye. Yeah, but I'm gonna be a future professor to your children.
With problems.
And then your children will have problems.
Oh, I see. Revenge.
Revenge! Alex, that's probably the sexiest thing I've ever seen.
Condensation?
No, look! He was going like this.
Stop.
He was like,
Just hit the stop button. Press the stop.
end this train wreck.
We will talk to you guys next week.
Press the in-action button.
If you would shut up, I would.
Okay.
Wait, I can see Alex's bulge.
We will talk to
I
you
totally
guys.
see balls. I totally see wiener right there.
Being raped by the maze, lost in these halls, endlessly.